those of you who have never seen Sound, oh, Sound.
Good, but it's on
Where is it? In this?
Okay.
I know we started pretty late, so I'll try to keep this pretty quick. But for those of you who have never seen Sound film before, what do you think of it? Any thoughts? Any comments? Well, with that said, it's definitely worth considering the very unique take that these filmmakers, the Germans, sort of came to Bram Stoker's Dracula. For example, he probably seems a little bit more like a rapper.
Sorry.
And furthermore, it is worth mentioning that there are many questions about why they just try to keep it separated and distinct from Dracula for the purposes of copyright infringement, that they just try to make it more applicable to their audiences. We really don't know those very interesting arguments in both sides. But I do want to say that for those of you who are interested in learning more about this, there's many versions of Nosferatu for free on YouTube, including some that have that essentially have filmmaker commentary throughout the entire film. Naturally, it's not from the original filmmakers, but if you really want to dig deep into this, I highly recommend that. There's also a very high definition version of the film on YouTube, where they actually use artificial intelligence and something called learning machine to actually make it sharper and actually colorize it. So if you check that out on YouTube, it looks like it was shot yesterday. It's remarkable what they were able to do with that. But with all that said, as I said, since I didn't want to stay for too long, anybody have any thoughts or observations that you want to share before we go on the film?
I do.
Yes.
So last night, sure. Last night, Dr. Malstock talked about how past this point we sort of we made the vampire, specifically the named vampire, a lot more sexy, a lot more appealing. I'm curious, going from this, where he's not very appealing at all, could you see us perhaps going back to a vision of the named vampire as grotesque, and what would that entail in society? What would that mean?
Well, several things. One, there is some sexual undertones in the film. Very early on, I had gone over some of our heads. For example, one of the commentaries that I heard online was that when he's presenting his fiancée with dead flowers and she's disappointed, that was supposed to hint at how their engagement is unconsummated. And for pretty much all the characters involved, there's a little bit of a lack of fulfillment. They're all greedy or hungry for something, which is what motivates them to send John to Harper to go over and accept the commission. So there is something there, and also when Count Warlock does refer to him as like a beautiful friend, there have been thoughts on maybe there's a little bit of homoeroticism there. And which is one thing that when it came to some of the filmmakers who were gay during the time period, they didn't shy away from it when it came to their horror films. So just look at Dr. Pretorius and Bride of Frankenstein, fantastic character. But are we going back to the more horrific aspect of Dracula or the vampire? Without a doubt, fantastically horrific image in this. I don't know if you notice his fingers will really get longer as the film goes on. I do know that a filmmaker I really admire, he made the films, he made The Witch and The Lighthouse. I know that he's interested in adapting Nosferatu with Anya Taylor-Joy, starring in it in a role we don't know yet. I would watch the hell out of that film. I hope he does. I hope he makes it a silent film. I would love to see that. In fact, I actually saw, for preparing for this, I watched a whole bunch of vampire films. I actually saw Bram Stoker's Dracula, for instance, with Coppola one. And we can all agree that Keanu Reeves would do better in the film than a silent movie. So, no, I mean, if they do, and of course, when it comes to that, that was both very sexually charged and very horrific. So you really couldn't have it either way. Like I said, I mean, I believe it's his name, Eggers?
Robert Eggers.
Yeah, Robert Eggers. I mean, I love what he's doing with filmmaking. The Witch was, you could show that in class just to understand like the lifestyles of the time period. He's a fantastic filmmaker. I don't know if he is going to go through Nosferatu because I know he admires it so much that he thinks it's presumptuous to do it. But if he does, I hope he knocks it out of the park. I would love to see him go back to the horrific roots. And it would be very interesting to see what role Anya Taylor-Joy would play in that, be if it just is as the love interest in here, or if it is actually as the vampire.
Have you seen Herzog's version?
Yes, I did actually.
How does it compare?
It was the 1962 version, right?
79?
The 70s version. It is quite good. In fact, on Rotten Tomatoes, for example, it's in the mid-90s for its reviews. So even cinematically on its own, it's quite good. What I thought was very good about it is I was impressed some of the original locations survived the bombing during World War II. So they did try to be very faithful to that. It is, I would say it's probably more interesting to people who haven't seen Nosferatu or people who don't like silent film. So it does have an audience and it is very well put together. I just think Max Schreck's performance and the makeup, the whole character of Count Orlok is incredibly privileged. And it's like comparing any Frankenstein monster to Boris Karloff. Boris Karloff is always going to be the original and he hasn't been surpassed. And even when it comes to Bela Lugosi and his incredible performance with King Dracula, it's sort of like almost like the alpha Dracula that everyone was compared to. I mean, I actually don't think he's very comparable with Orlok because he's a completely different character in how they present him. So it's like I said, on a work of cinema, it is good. It's a film that does stand up on its own and influences some of these adaptations. And it's one that is interesting to watch back to back as like a different picture. The other, yes. A little louder, please.
I was surprised at the use of nature.
Oh, yeah.
So I was taken by surprise by the playful cat at the beginning, by the actual fly in the Venus flytrap, and the spiders, and just like the close-up shots of those. I wouldn't have expected that as part of this. Any comment on that at the time?
Well, yeah, the very first shot, actually, which is a very high-angle shot of the tower they are in, there's a lot of urban and also green room there. I read that this was supposed to be symbolic of a little bit of the Garden of Eden, where all of these soon-to-be tempted characters are going to be falling victim to. I also know that, keep in mind, many of these filmmakers had experience making a drama. They wanted to take advantage of the fact that they did not have to work with the stage and to show actual mountains, actually show fields. They even used a few tricks from drama to make it look larger than they didn't need to. Like something as simple as when we see a horse and carriage, about 20 minutes into it, the horse and carriage goes at sort of like a 60-degree angle. That was done on stage to create the illusion of death, which they didn't need to, but it's like, not broke, don't fix it, little elements in there. But something else though, and this was a fantastic commentary, and again, I credited it on YouTube. Like I said, there is a fully annotated version of the film on there that I recommend. That we actually see a surprising amount of life in general in the film. And it's a little bit of a commentary on how simply being alive is somewhat limited. Even the plants, the Venus flytrap, have to eat to survive. And in many ways, we're not too different from the regular character. We eat animals, we eat plants, that somehow there is just this ongoing struggle with everyone. And when it comes to some sort of survival, it's just when it comes to the greed of it, and again, using more of a classical idea of greed, the more medieval idea of greed as a sin is the overconsumption of it, or the use of it for something that's beyond human sustenance or just life. So something like that is spreading plague for the purpose of slavery. That's a long-time destruction. And they do say specifically that when it comes to how Orlok himself, how he's the seed of the, what was it? Bala? I'm mispronouncing it. It's like, it's basically an educated word for devil, like the devil. So all that together, yeah, the use of natural settings is very nice in there and something that As I said, Nick just uses a landscape, but tying the Venus flytrap in there is a very clever way of showing how just that everything needs to consume something to survive, and placing Count Orlok and his own survival in this place, not entirely villainous. Well, there's no other thoughts. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope you enjoyed the film screening. And Dr. Ray, anything else you want to mention about the upcoming festival?
Yeah, come back tonight at 6 p.m. for Joe Gomez's keynote, and we have more tomorrow